Okay.
Hello and welcome to the Global Business Group, where we aim to unlock the potential of international business, providing unique local business solutions internationally. We specialize in business advisory, import and export opportunities, market entry, investments and funding to help you achieve your business goals. Now, let's get into today's Business Day.
Hello and welcome to the Global Business Group and today's edition of Business Day. The Global Business Group is here to improve the business of our associates and partners around the world in order to make international business as easy as local business. The Global Business Group makes international business reliable through local partners, providing one-stop shop opportunities. We make projects happen as we are doers. Today, the Global Business Group consists of 22 associates from 22 countries around the world. We are operating since June 2020 and have dealt with 210 business opportunities from $1,000 US to $500 million US. The areas that we are engaging in are business advisory, import and export opportunities, market entry, investment, and funding opportunities. For our public meetings, if you'd like to register, please join us through quick.ac/gbg hyphen meeting registration, one word, quick.ac/gbg meeting registration. And we'd be happy to meet you every Wednesday at 10 Greenwich Mean Time. Today's Business Day is sponsored by Mawinee from Thailand. And I propose, Mawinee, that you introduce our featured guest today.
Yes, hi. It's my pleasure to bring in our today's speaker, Thomas Gall. Thomas is from France, has been living here in Thailand and running this business for, I think, almost 10 years now. The technology is from Japan. It's two players in an air conditioning to clean the air and save money at the same time. For the details, I will give it over to Thomas. Thomas, please, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Mawinee. Thank you for inviting me here. And I am very happy to meet you here from everywhere in the world. So while I'm making the presentation, please don't hesitate to interrupt me. I hope you see the screen. So as Mawinee is saying, perfect. So as Mawinee was saying, I will introduce you briefly Continuum. I am an engineer. I'm French, as Mawinee said, and I'm in Thailand since 2015 when I created my company after 10 years of engineering in cement industry all around the world. And today my company is registered officially in the Climate Technology Center Network, which is a branch of the UN Environment Program. And our solution that I am presenting today is validated as a best practice by GIZ, which is a branch of the German government regarding sustainability and especially green cooling. Our solution is also registered in the WIPO World Intellectual Property Organization database as it is patented. So very briefly, my company, we propose several services like energy audit, training, sustainability project management, and we offer also a wide range of solutions, everything about sustainability, energy saving, or air purifications. But today, I'm introducing Continuum, which is our best seller. The market growth with Continuum since the beginning of COVID as being very big in Japan, where it is originated and from. And also since last year, thanks to COVID, I would say, I developed my network of resellers in the region and in the world, in India, in Singapore, Italy, Cambodia, France, and Nepal as well. And we're in discussion with UAE, Canada, Vietnam, and Brazil at the present time. So the problem we are facing today, we are all linked on this planet, and we are facing climate change, obviously. And climate change is due to greenhouse gases, and the biggest part of the greenhouse gases is CO2 emission. And here you have a very short introduction about the worldwide CO2 emissions and their origin. If you ask people in the streets, the CO2 emission, they will ask the origin is about transport, about cars, about planes, or about industry. But actually, not everybody knows that actually 42% globally in the world of CO2 emission are coming from electricity generation and heat. And if we zoom in Thailand, for example, or in hot countries, like I see many people from Africa, I think it's the same. When you look at a commercial building or hotel building, more than half of the electricity bill is due to air conditioning. So that should be a real priority if we want to curb climate change. And not only it's a big part of the electricity consumption worldwide, but also when you look at the forecast of the International Energy Agency, from 1.6 billion units of air conditioning in 2020 in the world, it's going to be multiplied by almost 4 times by 2050, up to 5.6 billion units. And this will represent this increase. This is again, International Agency, Energy Agency. And when you look at it, the increase of the global electricity demand growth by 2050, 40% almost of this increase is due to space cooling, which is from far the first reason of our electricity demand growth. And may I remind you that with the COP21 and now up to COP26, we all know that we have to keep our temperature rise by 1.5 degrees if we don't want to have catastrophic events all around the planet. So our solution is greatly contributing to this, to solve this problem. And it's a net that we install in any kind of air conditioning. It's patented, it's produced in Japan, and it's composed of a very special ceramic that is mined from minerals that are mined in a special mine in Japan. I mean, you know that the geology in Japan is very specific and we have some kind of rare earth. And it was produced in Japan and sold in Japan since 2013 and since 2015 in Southeast Asia. Our market basically is everywhere. We have cooling, but also heating, since it's working in both ways for heating and cooling. That can be any kind of property, office, schools, university, factory, technical room, data centers, hospitals, restaurants, resorts, airports, even cruise ships. Anywhere you heat or you cool, you can use it. The installation is super simple. You don't need to hire a highly qualified technical team to install it. I did a lot of installation in Singapore during COVID without traveling, just by remote assistance and video call like today. The installation don't need a lot of time. It's very short, very fast to install. You can install an entire building in less than half a day. There is no maintenance cost, because you just need to clean it at the same time you are cleaning your air conditioning filters. And that's it. It can be adapted to any kind of air conditioning, like individual unit, like you can see on some example on in this slide, or ducted air conditioning central system, like chillers or central heating systems for industrial use or commercial use. like you can see here. It's also used in cold room and freezer systems. Here you can see some walk-in fridge or some big freezers, industrial freezers. In data centers, we start to have a lot of reference in data centers. In commercial system, everywhere it's very simple to install. The efficiency now. Why shall we use Continuum? The first point is energy savings. We save on average 25% on the total air conditioning energy consumption. So if you imagine that on average is 50% here in Thailand, so you save 25% on 50% of your total electricity cost, which is a lot. In some hotels in Thailand, it's up to 75% of the total electricity bill that is due to air conditioning. So this is a huge savings. Second point is you improve the comfort, you lower the temperature, and you increase the temperature homogeneity. So you have a better temperature homogeneity in the room where you use it. And finally, as Mawinee was saying, it purifies the air by natural ionization, and you drop the PM 2.5 and PM 10 by up to 60%. We have a lot of references and certifications. Like here, we have some certificates that we did in Thailand by third party independent laboratory or university. Why doesn't it? Some of our references, we work a lot with embassies here in Thailand. We have the French embassy who is equipped with this system, the US embassy as well, the Netherlands embassy, Canadian embassy. We have some testimonials that are online on their website and on our website as well, that is certified by ministries. This is from the Canadian embassy. We also have a lot of clients which use them in their head office or customer centers. Like you can see some big names here and some testimonials. I mean, all of these are available. If you ask some more details, I can easily share with you. Some shopping centers, we have equipped Decathlon, some of the Central department store and Tokyo department store in Japan with great results. I mean, when you imagine how much is the electricity bill and with a very short payback of 17.4 months. Decathlon, these are some of the most recent names, big company internationally like Capitaland and Keppel Corporation in Singapore, or Coca-Cola in Japan. One is remains confidential. We cannot write their name for NDA purpose, but we can say the name. So it's Amazon. Amazon in Japan equipped their total facility to save energy. These are over company more in Thailand. And some other testimonial you can see. Sometimes we are higher than 30% savings. On data centers as well, we have equipped and we have a contract with Schneider Electric, Komatsu, SoftBank, and a lot of hotels as well, as you can see here. I mean, the list is pretty extensive and the results are always very good. Now, maybe you may ask how it works. So since I think I still have just a short time before the Q&A, I will quickly explain you how it works. So the ceramic composed of the minerals inside this polyethylene frame emits far infrared rays. So far infrared ray is a part of the spectrum of the light, but this is a very specific wavelength of the infrared rays. And also it's electrostatically negative. So these are the two properties of the ceramic. And how it works basically, the far infrared rays by principle of resonance will give a lot of energy to the water molecule in the air. Everywhere, even in Dubai, we still have 20% at least moisture in the air. And when all the water molecules in the air from the moisture are gathered together because the water molecule is a bipolar molecule, and they are gathered in big groups of water molecules, as we can see on the left part. And then, because of the vibration of the water molecule, it absorbs a lot of energy from the infrared rays. and the water molecule will vibrate more, and we break this big cluster of water molecule into individual water molecule, and we will increase the contact area between the moisture and the heat exchanger in the air conditioning. Whether you use it for heating or cooling, you increase the contact area, therefore you cool or you heat faster, and if you cool and heat faster, basically, you reach the temperature set point of your heating system or cooling system faster, and you save energy. That's how we can save on average 25%. Now I am all yours for any question you may have.
Thomas, some questions are already written. Maybe you can start with a question that's already written.
One of the comments were, while you're looking at the questions, Thomas, one of the comments were that this is an amazing creativity that you came up. And maybe I can also ask a question. What is your request? How can we help you as a global business group?
So basically, we are today, I am looking for some reseller in the US. I think that in Europe as well, now we are in France and in Italy, but Europe is wide. I am in discussion as well with someone in the UK. But in Germany, I still have no one. So if you know, and in Africa as well, I'm sure that there is a big demand in Africa for energy savings. And I have no one. So if you know someone who would be interested to become a reseller, I am looking forward to discuss more in detail. And I think it's good, not only for the
radio
business,
is running on the background.
Sorry?
From someone.
Yeah, there is some noise, yeah, indeed. So yeah, that's how you can help me. I mean, if you, we all want to save the planet.
We have also a member from Germany. He's not here today, and yeah.
Great. So I am reading the question. So from Laos, from Lucas, to know how it works. I think I quickly answer that by the end. Do you need more information, or Lucas? Or
no, it's fine. And another question I asked about the price, just average price for average unit in office, for example, just to have an idea of it.
Okay, yeah, so the price is not exactly the same in every country, the resale price, but to give you an idea, you can count around $350 US for one standard three-way cassette air conditioning unit. And that will give you, with today's electricity price, a payback period of 1.5 to 3 years, depending on the way you use your air conditioning.
For how long can you use your product? Is there, do you need to replace it eventually, like your toothbrush, or can you just use it forever?
That's a very good question. I forgot to mention it. It was on one slide. So the warranty on the product, so the frame, the effect of the mineral, it's like the mineral is a stone, basically. It's like if you have a magnetic mineral, so it's lifetime warranty by the producer and inventor who owns the patent, and the frame itself is warranted for 20 years. So basically, when you buy it, you install it once, and you can use it at least for 20 years. So for a business model, basically, it's a one-time sale. That's not the best, but for the planet, it's fantastic because
I saw the sign warranty for 20 years. It means if something happens, it will be replaced.
Yeah, if it's broken, and it will be replaced. And it's that's the way Sakai-san, who is the inventor and the producer, is doing things.
Thomas, how does this install on a split type AC? How does it install?
So let me share the screen. I will go to okay. Okay. I think by a photo, if I answer you on a photo, it's easier. So what type do you have? Do you have split, one of these type?
Split type, yeah.
Split type means that you have a separate compressor.
The one on the right-hand side corner.
The one on the right hand side. So it's a wall mounted.
Yeah, wall mounted.
So basically, I will zoom. You install it where you have the dust filter. You can see here, you have the nets inside. So you have the dust filter. Do you see the photo? Yeah, you have the dust filter inside, and you add it on the top of the dust filter. It is flexible. Huh?
Okay.
So you just add it here.
Okay.
Thomas,
And it
Danny
comes
asked
in
about
one size.
car.
Sorry, I didn't hear.
Thomas, I have a question for the purposes of education.
Yes.
My understanding basically is that it is the thermostat in the air condition that actually causes the rise in the cost of power. But what you are doing is sort of a set. I don't know how it works with the thermostat. Because for instance, if I have an air condition which is rated 1 star, which means it consumes a lot of power, because it is not that, self, I don't know the English word, you know better. How does this thing affect the thermostat, and how does it, because I really don't get it.
So, okay. I will do it shortly, but if we can spend some time separately, if you like. But basically, we don't change anything into the existing air conditioning you have. What we do is, I don't know if you look at, if you can see me, this is some magnetic balls, okay, you see? So it's a big ball composed of very small balls. If you imagine the water molecule in the air are like this, they are all stick together, okay? When this one, okay, is coming inside the air conditioning, imagine you use it in air conditioning system. Then you have to heat the fin of the heat exchanger, okay, and go out. So you have to cool with a very small contact area this big volume of water. And the thermostat in your room is measuring the temperature. So it will take some time to cool the entire volume of water, right? When you break this water molecule group into individual water molecule, look what happens. If you break it, you have the same air conditioning, the same thermostat, but look at the contact area. You increase the contact area. So it's much easier to cool. So you cool the air and the moisture in the air much faster. And the thermostat will just measure, oh, you reach the temperature set point. And also because of this, you cool lower temperature. So not only you save energy, but you cool at a lower temperature. And that's how we can save energy. We don't modify anything in the thermostat. The thermostat does its job normally, just measure the temperature and say to the compressor, okay, I reached the set point, I stop. Did I answer your
that's great.
question?
So in layman's English, you reduce the number of minutes or hours that the thermostats used to work in order to cool a room. This one cools faster, so it reduces the time that thermostat works. Okay.
Correct.
All right. Thank you.
Awesome. There's another question. It says you're looking for distributors, but would you also be interested in AC producers?
So that's a very good question, and unfortunately not, because the owner of the patent, Sakai-san, that guy has a vision. He is not, how can I say, to make it in simple words, he's not a businessman, he's a visionary, he's someone who spent his life to develop this system. And he was approached, and we have been approached by Samsung, Hitachi, Daikin, Mitsubishi, and he doesn't want, because what these big companies want, they just want the technology, they take it, they get the patent, and they block it. What he wants, I mean, I told you, you have 1.6 billion air conditioning units that consume a big part of our electricity worldwide and generate a lot of pollution, much more than planes and cars, much more. And he wants this technology to be available to every brand, everywhere. And when you talk with this big air conditioning maker, they want the exclusivity, and it's not in his vision, basically.
Thomas, this is Tuncay from Istanbul, Turkey.
Yes.
I have a question. You mentioned that there are partners for the data centers as well in your partner list. For example, Schneider Electric.
Yes, correct.
If I represent your products in Turkey, how would that be sold in Turkey, for example, for the data centers? Will Schneider bring it by himself to Turkey, or am I be the supplier for that?
So Schneider are entitled, the agreement we have with Schneider, we signed an agreement for Southeast Asia for the moment, okay, based in Singapore. And they have to work only with their existing clients, because I also have a reseller in Singapore. So basically they purchase from the reseller in Singapore, and we make the technical assistance. So basically, if you have a Schneider Electric in Turkey and you want to become a reseller, you can resell by yourself. And if we make an agreement with Schneider, basically we will discuss together to be like very, since there is only one producer of this product, we have to be very clean and very clear to be sure that there is no conflict of interest.
You give the exclusivity for the distributors in the countries.
So there is no exclusivity until you reach some volume.
What is the volume?
Yeah, where's the volume?
It depends on the country.
Okay.
If you look at the volume,
so what's the volume for Ghana?
All right, I think let's take this offline.
I would be happy to work on that, because I don't know Ghana market at all, so you will have to guide me. Sorry.
Yeah.
So I propose you take that offline.
Okay.
That question, and because it's really detailed and very
We'll
concerning a few
offline.
people. But I have another question that's interesting here. How about another market, and that is cars? Would your technology be adaptable for cars?
So it is actually, if you go to the website of Toyota Japan, so everything is in Japanese on this one. I mean, I can find the video and send it to you. Actually, Continuum is already developing the technology with cars, and not only for the air inside, but to reduce, they are preparing with the same mineral a coating on the car. I will find the video and I will share the link. They are developing a coating for the outside of the car that reduces the friction with the air. Because as I told you, this mineral is electronegative, and you reduce the turbulences due to electrostaticity around the car. So you reduce the friction between the car and the air, and you reduce the consumption. This is completely, for now, there is just a video that doesn't even mention Continuum, because it is still confidential, but they are working. So it was a good question. Something is coming.
Awesome. Great. We have just time for one very last quick question, if there's any.
May I have? I would like to know what material is this made of? You said ceramic, right?
Yes. So it's the ceramic is embedded into dilute polyethylene frame, but the active mineral, the active principle is the ceramic. And the ceramic is composed of some minerals that are ground and cooked together to make the ceramic. And of course, they will not give you the name of all the minerals that are inside, because it's the patent. So
no. I don't need all the minerals, but ceramic is generally hard, so that's why I asked you.
It took 10 years of development, because I will show you here. If you look at my screen, I put some light, okay, and I will put the net here. If you look at, you can see through in the camera, you can see the black particles.
Yes.
Okay, so this is the ceramic. So indeed, it's very hard. So you can imagine, if you are an industrial, the difficulty that was to embed it in like the very hard ceramic inside dilute polyethylene that is very soft when you inject it into the mold. So there are a lot of patents, not only in the principle and but also in the production process, because it was a challenge.
Awesome. I'll jump in right here. I do thank you very much, Thomas, for your presentation.
Thank you very much for your
You're most welcome. Thank you very much, Mawinee. If any one of you has any questions, please don't hesitate.
It's 1 o'clock.
To ask Mawinee for more information and to get in touch with Thomas. Thank you so much for joining us today, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next time at the same hour.
Thanks for joining in. We'll see you at the same time next week. In the meantime, be sure to check out our website, www.globalbusiness.group. The Global Business Group, making international business easy.